Hello, my sweet darlings. It is so good to see you all today. It is so good to have you all today. Look, I need to get started right away because I got to give you guys a warning here before we get into the mess, the absolute dragging Harry deserved by Donald Trump. We've got some what is it? We've got some city construction going on. And I didn't know that they were planning on ripping up the roads. So they've got their chainsaws, not their chainsaws, but their cutters that goes through the asphalt and everything out. So you might hear some cutting or noise in the background. If it gets too unbearable, I mean, I've come into the room that is the farthest from the noise. And I'm hoping that it isn't too bad, but they're not cutting right now. But I hope that it doesn't wreck today's live stream so much. Or we might just have to do one later on, like 9 p.m. LA time or something. And I might just have to come back and we're just gonna have to have another chat. But let's get into this idiot because this ginger dumbass, this ginger fool, I hate it when they kick dirt on my paved driveway too. That has happened before. Oh, I get it. I know they love making their mess and then leaving it for you to clean up. It's friggin' amazing, isn't it? Hello to everyone. Hello to Honesty and Truth, who has gifted a MeghansMole membership. Thank you, my darling. Thank you for coming back to the chat. Thank you for being here. World on Fire says, I am so fed up with Charles and his weakness as a monarch. Can Camilla ask him to man up already, or is he stuck as a tampon forever? Tampon Charlito. Well, here's the thing. Let's be honest. But I feel like Charles and Camilla are really, when you look at their relationship, we know that Camilla pulls the strings behind the scenes. We know Charles is Camilla's lapdog, okay? He's just the king and she's married to him. But look at Harry and Meghan's situation. Same thing when you really look at it. Charles is doing exactly what Harry is doing, and Camilla is pulling all the purse strings and making sure she wears all the queen's diamonds, all the queen's jewels, while showing the utmost disrespect to long-standing members of the royal family. Charles is weak, completely weak. We all know this. We know this completely. We see it. I honestly wish that there was a way that Anne could have taken over when the queen passed away, and Charles could have been left to his plants and his gardens and his trees and his high grove, because that is where he is the happiest. I'm sorry, Charles doesn't get looked at as a statesman, as a king. Nobody has respect for him. I feel like when the queen was monarch, when she was here, rest her soul, I mean, everyone respected her. I feel like the moment the queen passed away, people were like, great, we can fuck shit up now and let's do it. Because the moment the queen passed away, that's when everything went to hell. That's when everything went straight to, and it's been and well, look at Charles. He is literally the puppet for the Starmer government, and Harry is being used as the useful idiot to undermine Charles, to use him to destroy the monarchy. Because let's be honest, Harry didn't get to Ukraine, to Kyiv, and what he's doing if the government didn't know, if they weren't aware. And I feel like there had to be some kind of complicity with the government and them knowing that Harry was going to go there. Let's see what Honesty and Truth is saying. What a total shower. KC3 won't rein in his own son taking on a world stage. No qualifications to say anything. KC3 and Starmer must go now. Definitely. I mean, Starmer is just making like, I feel bad. I feel horrible for all the victims, for all the women that have been hurt, that have been bludgeoned, that have been murdered, that have been raped by those weirdos that are being let into your country, that are being allowed to just overtake your country and it seems like the government isn't doing anything, but instead welcoming it with open arms. I feel sorry. I feel bad for you guys. I hate seeing what is happening to the UK, but all I have is just this little platform, and I can only say so much. I mean, if I had a position in government, I would make sure none of this is happening. Fuck that. No way. Honesty and truth. Thank you, my darling. Says the Royals are skating on thin ice. They need to remember we support them financially and vocally. Houses of York and Sussex need to be put into abeyance. I feel like it should have been done a long time ago. It should have been done a very, very, very long time ago. When Harry and Meghan stepped back as being royals, working royals, okay, well, there's your titles. You are now effectively known as Harry Mountbatten Windsor and Meghan Markle. Okay. I mean, there's none of this. I'm Meghan. My legal name is Duchess of Sussex. No, it's not, you stupid idiot. No, it's not. So Harry and Meghan, what they are doing because Charles decides to put his head in the sand, because Charles has decided to, not pay attention, not deal with things, he is saying, oh, I'm not going to deal with Harry till after my royal visit to America. Well, I honestly hope and I honestly believe that Harry and Meghan are going to shit all over Charles's visit. They're going to pull prank after prank after prank, and they are going to make sure that they get attention on themselves. And you know what? I hope Charles feels what William and Catherine had to feel when they went on their Caribbean tour and they were being labeled as racist by Royal Rota or royal members of the media, calling them that, like Chris Shipp and so on, who is now the Sussex mouthpiece. Thank you, Linda Walling, for the super sticker, my sweetheart. Thank you. That's very sweet and generous of you. He is an idiot. He definitely is an idiot. Is the sound okay, guys? Because now they're cutting, and I hope it's not cutting into the background noise too much. Is it okay? I honestly hope Charles won't stay home. Charles wants to be in the media. Charles is a narcissist himself. Charles is someone who wants the attention also. He wants people to fawn over him. He knows he's going to get attention going to DC, going to New York. Also, why is he going to, what is it, Bermuda? Is he going to Bermuda or is it Barbados? I forget which one, but he's going by himself. Camilla isn't going. You guys don't hear anything? Okay, perfect. Perfect. I was going to get to the point where I was going to go and hide myself in one of the closets and just talk in the closet. When do you guys realize silence? It is. Sarah, I agree 100%. Them being silent is them being complicit. And what Harry did yesterday by going and throwing shade at Donald Trump and sticking his schnozzle, his big snow-infested cocaina schnozzle, he said some things about Trump and Putin. I mean, can Harry even spell Putin? Let's be honest here. Let's call it for what it is. But when the LBC is calling out Harry for his comments, Harry messed up. And I don't know who wrote the speech for Harry, but it was terrible.
This is a moment for American leadership, a moment for America to show that it can honor its international treaty obligations.
Tell me why a British prince, and clearly he is wearing a British pin here, so clearly he is representing King Charles. He is still on the royal family website. He is still being listed as a counselor of state. Why? Remove him. If he is not a counselor of state, darling, not that Harry can barely read. I feel like Harry has an earpiece that is giving him the words and reading it to him, and he is just saying it back. Harry can't even wipe his own undies. He can't wipe his own butthole. He wears Velcro shoes. He wears slip-ons, okay? This is how absolutely brain dead Harry is. But this is what who are you speaking of? Who in the UK told you to go and make any kind of comments of this magnitude? And Harry says that he does it as not a politician, but as a veteran. And it's like, well, you're neither a politician nor a veteran, Harry. Let's be honest. You were Bunker Harry who played video games the whole time. You were protected by Gurkhas. You were the cleanest. Your military gear was the cleanest gear I've ever seen for a person who claims to be serving in the military. It's disgusting. Who the hell do you think you are talking to President Trump in that manner? Yet you didn't have the balls to say anything to Biden, but then you didn't mind because he was funneling US aid money into the Archewell coffers, right? That's what people need to look at. This guy is an idiot, but let me continue. Let me share with you what he said.
This is a moment for American leadership, a moment for America to show that it can honor its international treaty obligations.
I mean, hold me back. Really? Now? There? On that topic? Directing that president? Why would you? His father is about to go and do an incredibly important piece of diplomacy for this country at a time when the world really needs any shred of friendship between nations that it can find. If you have very pointedly and deliberately turned your back on a life that involves walkabouts and royal visits and speeches and all of this, then don't mimic the life you used to have. Don't go passing remarks about US leadership that we already know. I think it's damaging. I think it's basically sticking your oar in where it isn't wanted, and more to the point, where it isn't helpful.
This is a moment.
Harry's an idiot. And you know what's funny is that Meghan sets him up for this shit because Meghan knows he will get the pushback, he will get the blowback, and he is so emotionally fragile that it's going to send him into a spiral. This is how she devalues Harry and keeps him in line constantly. This is how she keeps Harry under her spell, under her claws, where she makes sure that despite the fact that they are using the royal family, monetizing the royal family, cosplaying royals, despite the fact that Harry said he escaped the royal family, he left the zoo that was the royal family. He claimed that he felt sorry for his brother and his father because he got to escape and they don't, right? He slip-ons with lifts. And you guys are so hilarious. You guys are so funny in the chat. But then the crazy thing is that, Harry, you stupid idiot, if your wife Meghan cared about you, she wouldn't have let you line yourself to get literally ripped a new anus. Your butthole just got expanded by a whole foot because Donald Trump just stuck his entire foot right up to his knee up your ass with his comment back. And the fact that you decided that you're going to be a spokesperson on behalf of Americans where it is not required at all. The last thing I would ever want to do is to get into a war of words with Donald Trump because he will throw his shade and, you know, drag you without really having to drag you. Watch this.
Prince Harry today has said that he would like to see you do more to end the war in Ukraine. Do you think it's appropriate for a royal to make those comments ahead of the visit on Monday?
Prince Harry?
Yes, sir.
How's he doing? How's his wife? Please give him my regards, okay? No, I don't know. I know one thing. Prince Harry is not speaking for the UK. That's for sure. I think I'm speaking for the UK more than Prince Harry. But I appreciate his advice very much.
Prince Harry.
I mean, number one, my apologies for painting the image of Trump's foot going right up Harry's rear. But this is hilarious because you know this is going to piss off Meghan Markle because Trump is a narcissist himself. Let's remember that, okay? Trump is a narcissist. And the fact that he didn't even mention Meghan's name, the fact that he was like, oh, well, how's his wife? You know that chapped her ass. That definitely boiled her piss and made her angry because, well, Meghan always wants to be recognized as Meghan Markle and not as Prince Harry's wife, even though he's the reason why everyone knows her. Let's listen to that again because it was just so good.
Today has said that he would like to see you do more to end the war in Ukraine. Do you think it's appropriate for a royal to make those comments ahead of the visit on Monday?
Prince Harry?
Yes, sir.
How's he doing?
That right there was a load of shade. Like, how's he doing? Like, everyone knows Harry is a cuckold beta simp bitch, and Meghan has him wrapped around her fingers and Marcus's butthole. Let's be completely 100 here. That guy is an emotional wreck, and Meghan uses that to her advantage, and so do everyone else around him. Harry is an idiot. MW, there aren't any more plates here in California. Look, at this point, I've been hearing random screams for some odd reason, okay? And I feel like they're coming from somewhere. I've been hearing rumors that Meghan is renting a place here close to where I am in Santa Monica, and I hope that I never bump into her because, well, I've been carrying my pepper spray and I want nothing to do with that weirdo harlot. I don't want her to put no kind of stunt on me or any kind of hex on me. Yikes.
How's his wife? Please give her my regards, okay? No, no, I don't know. I know one thing. Prince Harry is not speaking for the UK. That's for sure. I think I'm speaking for the UK more than Prince Harry. But I appreciate his advice very much.
Prince Harry.
Let's keep in mind that Harry has traveled over 40,000 kilometers since January, traveling to all these places, going to places while claiming he is a warrior for travelist and climate change and blah, 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 all this shit. So what does Harry do today? Because Harry is still in Ukraine, using them, exploiting them. Let me just quickly remind you all here of the last time when Harry was in Ukraine and he was in Kyiv. And to me, I feel like Harry's recent trip is funded by George Soros. Let's all remember that, as the Royal Grift pointed out long time ago in her video, that Harry is part of the Aspen Institute, which is funded by George Soros. And we all know that those types of individuals definitely want to see the monarchy demolished, gone, completely, no more monarchy at all. They want to take over. So Harry is the useful idiot. This idiot who was given these talks. Let me just show you this before I show you what he said again today. This was another part of his speech. Listen to this idiot. This idiot who was just telling people on Australia that he was laying on the floor in fetal position. Let me play this one. Look at this dummy.
You don't have to wait until you're lying on the kitchen floor in the fetal position.
What is it with Harry and Meghan and laying on the floor in fetal position crying? Because as an adult, as a person who has a child, who has to adult and deal with real world issues, I have never laid on the floor in fetal position crying. That's straight up white jacket territory.
If you get choice and resource, if you are able to, and it doesn't have to be professional therapy, it can be talking with your mates, it can be talking to a complete stranger. But being able to relieve some of that pressure, that stuff from the past that's stored in there, because it became very clear to me very quickly, again, assisted by conversations through therapy, how much kids can pick up on energy. I think the moment that you're excited.
What would Harry know about kids picking up on energy, huh? He's never even around his own supposed phantom hostage children. He's not even, he claimed that Archie would cry when he would hold him. That's because he doesn't know you, bitch. He don't know who you are. He knows the nannies more than you, and you probably reeked of alcohol, cigarettes, and weed and whatever else, but he doesn't know you. This guy is an
But then
idiot.
you're also a little bit like, am I going to be enough? How does this actually pan out? Like, there's no manual for this. You want to be everything you assume your kids want you to be. And also at the same time, I think probably consciously, but also subconsciously.
Who do you think your kids want you to be, Harry? A guy who goes around in another country constantly sniffing random objects, from clay to shoes to wombat toys to his fingers. A guy who constantly can't stop scratching his butt and self-soothing himself whenever someone's talking to him. A guy who has to act like he is not even the spare, but he's the bitch in his own marriage to his wife, who treats him like the doormat that she wipes her shoes on. Marcus gets more respect than you do, Harry. And those two are leeching off of you. And you can't even see that because you're too dumb to see that. You are such an idiot. You are such a loser.
You're thinking, how do I parent my kid or kids the same way that I
Does he say, do I parent my kid or kids? Why wouldn't you say kids right away? Because you have two, allegedly, right?
kids the same way that I was parented as well. And if what can I use that's been really good for my own experiences, and what can we evolve and what can we improve on? And I think that's the same for so many dads around the world. But you know, that role, that transformation, that transition from being a man into a dad gives you purpose.
Harry, you're not even a man. You're a baby still. You're still that little boy who walked behind his mother's coffin. You've never moved on. Okay, give me a second. You guys hear this? I need a candy break. I'm sorry, but I got it. I can't. I gotta dip into my candy here. Sorry. I hate eating on stream. I need to re-up on my candy. I can't.
And I think in the report, for me, what stands out more than anything else is that purpose, is the fact that this is a new responsibility. Yes, I need to be the provider, I need to be the carer, I need to be all the things that I need to be for my wife, for the mum, but also now there's an extra human in this.
You're such an idiot. You're such an idiot. You know what I think these two dumbasses do? I really honestly think that they go and read into what Catherine does with her early years, and they try to spin it as their own words, and it just comes out as mumbo jumbo bullshit because they really have no connection with their own spawn. Thunder Days UK, I saw that you had mentioned in a comment earlier that you had served. Thank you for your service. Thank you for putting your life on the line so that we can have the freedoms and what we have today. I bet you are just watching what is going on in the UK and just like absolutely disgusted. I hate the fact that veterans are being used in this manner by Harry. I think that war is being monetized by Harry so that he can pretend that he is a hero. It is absolutely disgusting, but thank you for your service. Thank you for everything you have done. And thank you for being here and sending that super sticker. It's super chat. Thank you. But yeah, good luck to Harry as well. Honesty and Truth says, H stitched up like a kipper, spare book, political views, exposing his drug use. He's a moron. Taxpayer will pay for divorce via KC3. Well, Meghan lined him up in the best way for like when they do get divorced, right? Because he has always been the one coming out talking about his mental illness, his mental horrors, how he's got issues, but you've never heard Meghan talk about it, right? Katie says, a real veteran, unlike that doofus. Harry was not a real veteran. It is absolutely disgusting that he keeps feasting on this story about him being a veteran and him serving. He goes, I served 30 years. First it's 10 years. Now it's I've served 30 years. And no, you didn't. You were protected. You were never in harm's way or anything ever. He brought up his dead mother again. Yeah, he definitely did. Mole there, setting W is the local king and H as the global Commonwealth king. Yeah, it's stupid. It like they want to have a rival court. That's what Harry's going to push when he is in the UK. Like, look, there's my court with my wife, and then there is, you know, the royal family, and you've got government officials who are, you know, want to see the monarchy gone. He was in Afghanistan. Wasn't it less than that? Because his place was where he was stationed was divulged by some Australians, and then they took him out right away. He even said that the only time he saw a body was when he was in the helicopter being taken for safety. But yet he wants, I mean, the guy's an idiot. Can I just say, like, I have many individuals in my family who served in military, and this is like some crazy, like they've got some crazy military stories. Like I've heard little bits and pieces, but they never talk about anything. It's all very secretive. The fact that Harry will go around and like constantly like, I'm a veteran. You're an idiot. I've never seen real veterans, and these are like people that fought in World War II. The last remaining individuals who fought in World War II, they don't go around boasting about it. They don't talk about it. It's gross what Harry does. It's like he dines out on it, just like how he said that John Travolta dines out on the story of him and his mother dancing, which was gross. But this is what Harry said recently, because he is still throwing shade and acting like he is some kind of government official. He's acting like a representative of the UK. My apologies that we are going over my usual, 25 minutes, but the candy's hitting, my darlings. Sorry. If you guys have to go, I completely understand. I think I might be another 5-10 minutes here, if that's okay with you guys.
I think that at the same time, it's what would worry me is if we live in a world where anyone in my position or anybody anywhere can't speak about the very things and the realities that we're.
What position are you in? Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes, you guys. Look at these pinpricks. Tell me, please. Tell me, enlighten me. I know I've got a background in pharmaceuticals. I know that I have studied medicine. What kind of drugs, my friends, what kind of illicit substances make your pupils look like the size of pins? Huh? Especially when you are outside. This guy needs a ton of water. He looks dehydrated. He looks just a mess. I bet you his breath stinks. I feel like I can smell him through my screen. Look at this idiot. He's an absolute disaster. What position are you in, Harry? You're going around grifting off of charities, getting paid to read speeches other people have written for you that you don't know what are the consequences of you reading out a speech of that nature. And now you're going around acting like you're a statesman when you belong at home in a padded cell playing Xbox. That's what you should be doing. Look at this idiot here. What position? You're using this to enrich yourself. You don't care about people.
At the same time, it's what would worry me is if we live in a world where anyone in my position or anybody anywhere can't.
Look, his lips are thin, sweetheart, but you know what? Visual soul, those are like his lips are dry and chapped. I'm sure we've seen lips on kitty cats that are more voluptuous and full than his lips, okay?
Speak about the very things and the realities that we're seeing, and to hold those in leadership positions accountable, but also be able to try to encourage more support where support is needed. So I think there's a lot to be done as far as shackles. From my perspective, we need to be collectively, as a global community, we need to feel empowered to be able to speak truth to power. It's
Oh my
really that
God.
simple.
Oh my God. That's Megan's line right there. The truth to power. Oh God, look at this face. I need to screenshot this. I need to screenshot this face. He looks like an absolute doofus. Look at this face. Hardy, 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 nardy, dardy, nardy, dardy, 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 dardy. Oh my God, truth to power. He is turning into Meghan. His literal hand gestures and everything. This is word salad. What are you saying, Harry? He is saying a whole bunch of nothing.
Power. It's really that simple.
We got to speak truth to power. It's really that simple. That's what Amber Turd said as well. Truth to power. When she was trying to bullshit on Johnny Depp. Remember? This is me speaking truth to power.
It's bad enough in today's world feeling gagged and saying that you can't say these things and can't say that. And
feeling gagged? You mean like the way that you are trying to gag YouTubers who speak the truth about you? You mean like myself, actually, who you are trying to gag because I speak freely and you don't like what I say about you guys? How about that? You trying to gag everyone else while you think that you are the arbiter of truth when you do nothing and are nobody. And just because you are born a prince doesn't mean that you are special and are smart. You are the dumbest idiot I've ever seen in my life. And your wife is even dumber than you.
everything becomes political. I fundamentally disagree with that. What we are witnessing and what we are seeing is a humanitarian catastrophe in multiple parts of the world, and people are speaking up, and people will continue to speak up. And I would encourage more people to do the speaking up, because
oh my God, it's exactly what Meghan says. Oh my God, his words are like, Meghan is definitely writing his speeches. I'm sick of hearing this idiot. But look, while they're pushing their boundaries with Charles and seeing that Charles is not doing anything about this, you know what Meghan Markle is doing? Let me show you guys. Meghan Markle, I showed you guys a couple days, has reinstated using the Sussex.com website since the Australia trip. Don't forget that on the royal website, Harry and Meghan are still listed under working royals. There is a hyperlink from the royal website that takes you to their Sussex.com website where you can get more information. And Meghan is quickly, because you know this is Meghan's writing, the way that these sentences and the grammar and these paragraphs are put together, 100% Markle. She is updating the Sussex.com website like they are working members, working representatives of the royal family. I want to let you guys know that this Kyiv security forum Harry went to, it is a private, it's a private thing, okay? It is privately funded. It is not something that is connected to, it's a private organization. That's the word I'm looking for. It's a private organization, and it's not something that is connected really to the government. So clearly he was paid to be there to push their propaganda and bullshit. But they are clearly using the Sussex.com website and moonlighting as royals. And this is absolutely stupid. Harry is here flying drones. He went for a walk within the landmines again. And let me tell you, we have never, ever seen William pull this shit where he walks within the landmines, where he desecrates Diana's memory the way that he does in this manner. And Harry also had to make sure, because I had to point this out, that he was flying drones today. Look at this, his new stance, one hand in his pocket all the time. Look, he's flying drones. But let me remind you all that Prince William in November of 2024 engaged in a military drone training with the 1st Battalion Welsh Guards on Salisbury Plain. Oh, he looks so good in a uniform. Look at this. Look at this man. Doesn't he just look so, he fills out a uniform like, delicioso, muy caliente. And look at this. Such a contrast. You've got a man who is future king, unless if his dad doesn't fuck things up bad enough within the monarchy. But the future king, look at him, strong. You get like, you can feel his energy, his aura through the photograph. And then what do I hear here? I hear clown music. You get dun 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 dun, and then you get dun 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 dun. Okay, I think you guys get the point, right? You see what I'm seeing here? This is what I see when I look at the two images. It's like when you see William, it's like you get the sound of like drums and like heavy music, and then with Harry, it's like boop 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 da 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 la la la. The candy high is kicking in. You guys can sense it, right? I think it's that new bit of candy. But that's honestly the vibes that I get when I look at this image here, okay? I'm just saying, I feel like Harry is a complete clown, which is Harry his entire life has complained about being William Spare. He complained about having less sausages than William. And let's be honest, the fact that Harry wrote about Prince William's wiener being circumcised, I didn't need to know that, but we all see how big King Willie hangs to the left in his polo jeans, whereas Harry, well, is it even there? Who knows where it is? We all know about his single testicle and his single undescended testicle. This guy is a total fool. He complained about, I'm in my brother's shadows, and now Meghan is forcing him to cosplay William. I wonder if Meghan makes him wear a mask with William's face, and she like tells him, go from the back and call me Kate. Ugh, gross. That's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry that I painted that photo for you guys. I'm sorry that I painted that image, but how long is it going to take for, I know Charles isn't going to do anything. He's leaving this mess for William, and for some odd reason, he is allowing Harry to show Charles as the spineless cretin that he is. Since when are GB News anchor ladies like trying to club it up here? Like, since when did they get so loose with their clothing? Look at this. This is an outfit that I would wear to cocktail hour, not to present the news on GB News, but anyways.
Right, the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, made a surprise appearance in Ukraine where he rips into President Trump.
This is a moment for American leadership. A moment for America to show that it can honor its international treaty obligations.
What's he getting involved in that for? Who's paid him to go over there to Ukraine? That's what I want to know. Well, President Trump was having none of it today. He said this.
How's he doing? How's his wife? Please give him my regards, okay? No, I don't know. I know one thing. Prince Harry is not speaking for the UK. That's for sure. I think I'm speaking for the UK more than Prince Harry, but I appreciate his advice very much.
Would you
Great advice.
to the dinner and to the state visit?
Well, I look forward to the dinner. We're having King Charles come. He's a friend of mine. We're really looking forward to it. We've spoken, and we're going to have a great time. I tell you, if I had that ballroom built, it would be filled. I wish we had more seats. You know, they've wanted a new ballroom for 150 years. Now they're getting the best in the world. We're going to have the best in the world. But, you know, we have a room that's not big enough to handle what would be a big crowd. But we're going to have very great people that love the UK. I love the UK. I think they made a big mistake on energy. You should open up the North Sea in Aberdeen. You should open it up. And the other thing is they've made a big mistake on immigration.
I am delighted to say that I've kicked out the boys, and I'm joined in the studio by political strategist and podcast host.
Clearly, you two kicked out the boys because it looks like you guys are ready to go clubbing and go hunting for some male sausages after you're done. You two look like you're ready to hit the bar and go suck down a couple of dry martinis and let loose, and all power to you, ladies. All power to you. But holy cow, bazungas.
Marie Brannan. Tiffany, it's so nice to see you in real life.
Live in the flesh. I'm here with you. I'm so excited. You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
So do you.
You look gorgeous. You do too. Can we go in backstage and scissor later? So I'm just going to eat my candy and shut up and let the clip play.
So do you. Right, listen, President Trump was in there today. Of course, he doesn't hold back when anybody mentions Prince Harry and Meghan to him. He can't resist it, can he, having a little pop at them?
No, but also I love that because I myself despise Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. And I think it's hilarious that we have a British prince that's come to America and is still begging the Americans for help.
And what was he doing getting...
Oh, can I just say, those Mexican weather girls, you mean the ones that take it all off? I've seen those too. Oh my goodness, those are crazy.
Involved in the Ukraine situation today?
I mean, it's kind of the classic situation you see with both of them where they're desperate for attention. They've had a failed Netflix show. She's tried selling her jam. And he's completely ignored the fact that the United States is the single largest donor to Ukraine. We've committed $180 billion. $127 billion of that is going directly to Ukraine for government funding, for humanitarian effort, for the military. So I'm pretty sure we've stepped up and we've done our part. So the fact that he's just deciding to try to put his foot in it is a little odd to me.
It is really odd, isn't it? And he popped up there in Ukraine today. I don't think any of us knew that was going to happen.
He was in Australia.
He was in Australia only a couple of days ago.
That's quite the flight.
Isn't it? Why does Harry, do you think, feel the need to get involved in politics like that?
I think, and this is going to get a little personal, maybe psychological, but I really do feel like he is missing out on being a part of the royal family and I really do feel like this is a man without purpose and a prince without purpose. And you look.
That would be the name of his next book.
It should be.
Okay, this redhead is kind of cute, huh? She is kind of adorable. I gotta be honest. She is cute. I will always give a woman props when I think she's absolutely cute or adorable. She's cute. She's cute.
But you look at his family legacy and how he, was born to Diana and to Charles and had this incredible opportunity to really do something significant with his life and kind of follow in his mother's footsteps. Yeah. And instead he just squandered it. And he squandered it for what? A B-list actress and some washed up property in Santa Barbara or Montecito.
Yeah.
I think it's sad.
Yeah. These ladies nailed it. They're very honest in what they said. Harry is an idiot. The fact that he is allowed to keep going ahead. Sorry, I was eating the candy in the background. Oh, what am I eating? I'm eating. These are from their sour candy stripes. Like they're sour candy ropes that I get from Dylan's candy store here at the Grove, actually. And yeah, I'm addicted to them. They're super sour. Like they literally make like your eyes water because I tend to throw like 10 of them in my mouth at once. And then, but this is pathetic. Charles is, making himself appear weaker by the hour by not doing anything. He is the absolute worst. He is going to be known as the king who, allowed his young son to make him look like an absolute idiot, which he has done. An absolute fool. This guy should not be making speeches like this. What we should be really talking about is all the money that Invictus is spending or that Harry is grifting off of charities, off of other companies. He is living in the States. He hasn't paid a single penny in taxes or anything. You know what? I hope Trump releases his immigration status. We want to know what's going on. And the people deserve to know what is going on with that 100%. Many, many times I have played to you guys the information about Harry and Meghan using the Invictus Games as their own personal slush fund. I have played that clip many, many times where NT Lawyer has broken down how it doesn't make sense. And I feel like ever since he did this amazing breakdown on my channel, that has led others to go searching and looking into the documents. Let me just play a little clip for you guys just to refresh your memories, because I think you guys should also go check out Rachel's video. And you guys remember I was talking to you guys about this. She is the brainchild behind Montecito Minimalist, which Meghan is trying to steal the word Montecito Minimalist from under her. She is trying to make it so that in the SEO searches, in the search engines online, whenever you see Montecito Minimalist, it is connected to Meghan Markle instead of the real Rachel, who is the brainchild behind Montecito Minimalist, and an amazing, amazing individual. Here, let me play this little clip here just to refresh your memory about that too.
Yeah. So look, this is by their own numbers, their own reporting. It's not reporting that was done by an independent third party or anything like that. So then what is the obvious comparison where we know somebody did an economic impact for the city? And that's when Taylor Swift went there. Okay. So Taylor, let me give you Invictus numbers. They said, first of all, that there was an overall economic activity in British Columbia of $86 million for something that nobody went to other than the Katy Perry concert, right? Other than that, nobody really went. And they said that they had 5,000 out-of-town visitors. 5,000. That's their own words, not anybody else's. 5,000. They also said they created 434 jobs that were with $36.5 million in associated salaries and wages. Well, I said, that seems like a lot of money for 434 jobs, which were not full-time, by the way. How long did the Invictus Games last? If you divide $36.5 million by 434 jobs, that's an average salary of $85,000. For what? Like, these were not full-time jobs. But anyway, the top line figure, $86 million from 5,000 out-of-town visitors. So Taylor Swift, this is according to Destination Vancouver. It's according to the BC Pavilion Corporation. So these are third parties. And they said that the 3 shows in Vancouver was $157 million. So you're saying that Invictus was half as much as that? I don't think so. Because they had 82,000 plus room nights booked for the 3 nights. Okay, so that's almost 30,000 people from out of town if they're staying the whole 3 nights. Remember, we only had 5,000 from Invictus, but somehow those 5,000 people came within 50% of Taylor Swift. To put this in perspective, the restaurant spend by all of these Taylor Swift people exceeded the impact of the 2010 Winter Olympics. Okay,
So you guys get an idea. I made a standalone video about this. Aren't very savory, but anyways, I gotta go, my darlings. I hope you all had a wonderful day. I will catch you all in the next one. I mean, let me know what you guys think of Harry and what he's doing. Basically acting like he is a representative of the royal family, and Charles is just putting his head in the sand and allowing it to go on. It's kind of weird. But anyways, my darlings, I love you all so much. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.